Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. All praise is due to the Almighty Creator. Let me see if I could stay in that mood, right? Always wonderful to come into the studio and to hear gospel songs of praise being played. It sets a different tone as well. Of course, we appreciate different genres of music, and there are different types of ways that we express ourselves, different things that we speak about through our language and through our culture, through our music, through our expressions and our behavior as well, which we appreciate. But sounds of praise have a special place in us. And that one from Sami Yusuf, really the human being asking for strength, right? The human being asking that the creator, the originator of all things, the beginning and end of strength as well, gives us that strength from his ultimate source, his unlimited source of strength. If we are able to really understand ourselves, don't study understanding other people, if you understand yourself, it certainly assists with you understanding others, because we are extremely similar as human beings. And if we understand ourselves, we are able to tap into elements of ourselves that make us powerful, extremely, extremely powerful. Good morning again to all the working people. I hear an ambulance passing, right? I hope whoever is okay, but good morning to all those emergency services across Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to those who are doing transport, who are out ensuring that we can reach to the places that we need to be, so we can do the services that need to be done for our fellow men. Everything we do in life is about service to others, and we should take pride in that service to others. I pray that even in my efforts on a morning to go through the news to just discuss topics, we because I'm saying we, because it's not just myself, there is a team and there's also so many people who call in as well. We can be of service to the rest of Trinidad and Tobago. All right, it's Friday, right? I think it's Friday. I believe so. I lose track sometime. We are fasting as Muslims, so it can be a little challenging. And Christians, I think, still fasting, yeah? Lent, still. And as Granny told me yesterday, good morning, Granny. Which Granny? You know which Granny, right? Hindus are also fasting for 10 days as well. So blessings to everybody. Just to go into the news right away. Motion to extend SOE for the House today. Right, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar, she's back from her American engagements, and all you know, we all know, we're hoping that something positive, not the whatever about, if it's really about stopping narcotics, okay, but not that part but we are hopeful that, with her meetings with the Energy Secretary and others, that legitimate, mutually beneficial business could be done, because Trinidad and Tobago is under some little economic difficulty right? We know that. We hoping that. Obviously, of course, there are the critical voices, including mine, in terms of our very close alignment, because in some ways, obviously, when it comes to the war in Iran and the genocide in Palestine and other things that this American administration, I could add to that, the kidnapping of President Maduro, the strikes on boats, a number of issues that we have real serious with this regime. Alright, so there is that also, that critical aspect. We not really on that to speak colloquially about it. But on the other hand, of course, as a major trading partner, as major energy investor in Trinidad and Tobago, we are hopeful on that end of things. So yeah, so our Prime Minister is back and she's dealing with issues that are relevant to Trinidad and Tobago. One of those major issues, of course, is the SOE. I haven't been keeping check properly of crime, but of course we know it's still always a continual issue. The gang warfare that was erupting in northwestern Trinidad, and even that was spreading, or separate issues that were spreading in the east, because there were issues in Valencia, Tunapuna, etc., seems to have just been curtailed or stopped or whatever, which is positive. I can't say that I have the inside story as to what has been done by national security to try to curb those issues, but it has eased, because we're not seeing the drive-by shootings and the double and triple murders that we did see before the SOE was called, right? And just to be real, those are real situations and difficult situations that necessitate some action to stop. And apparently ISOE is the means to go for the police service. Well, you know how critical I am as well of policing. Much more needs to be done. We are coming on to a year of this new administration trying to clean up some really dirty messes, right? It is a dirty mess if you have the highest murder rates ever in our history for 2 years, I think, running back to back during the last administration, right? That is a real mess. And that mess, along with other messes, need to be cleaned up. I've seen some interesting comments on my TikTok. I don't know if this is the platform for that. Very interesting, but maybe I'll try to address afterwards. And we welcome people who are tuning in online. Of course, we are live on the air, 91.9 FM. Share your thoughts, your views. 3420081. You could call in live, WhatsApp or regular call, 4665391, and be part of the program. Of course, for those who not so brave, maybe sometimes you shy away from the actual call. Sometimes you've never done it, and when you never did something, you have a level of apprehension to do it. But yes, also the availability of the internet is here, and we are streaming live, so you can mention your comments and I will share some of them. Good morning to everyone. So many good mornings coming in, right? I don't know if you all know, this program is building. It is becoming extremely popular across Trinidad and Tobago. People say when I walk about, when I, in the course of my life, other than this, hey, we listen to your program, hey, we listen to your program, etc. They like this topic, they like that topic. Some of even my callers, Mr. West, Prezi, etc. Some people getting famous as well. That's all part of it as well, right? We are sharing knowledge with each other. We are communicating. Conversation is essential. Intelligent conversation is essential for us to develop our mind space. So, yeah, the Prime Minister is here. That's in the headlines, and she's in Parliament today, fielding questions from the opposition bench. Let me just go into it a little bit. Motion to extend SOE for the House today. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar will be in the spotlight in the Parliament today, fielding questions from the opposition bench. The Parliament convenes at 1:30 p.m. and among the items listed on the order paper for debate are the Civil Division Bill 2026 and the motion to extend the state of emergency by 3 months. Prime Minister's questions and urgent questions will also be on the agenda. I have most today. I don't know if I will make it. Maybe I might pass through Parliament. Many citizens are paying attention. Many of us try to get the news as to what took place in Parliament as well, because we understand the correlation between what our legislators do, our representatives do in that house, and the effect that it has on our lives. I encourage as well young people to share their voices, to create groups, to speak, to lobby. It could be as simple as a post. It could be simple as calling people and calling into a station, media, public media, etc., and expressing your view. Because those views, when amalgamated, make a difference. And any good government, any government that is going to succeed, any government that is going to even have a lengthy tenure, will make an effort to listen to the people. And these are the mediums by which they are able to hear a wide cross-section of the public of Trinidad and Tobago. So let's not underestimate the power of even our little radio on our morning, right? 91.9 FM. Let's not underestimate the power of your voice, of your view. Make it worthwhile. Base your view on intelligence. Think about an issue. Listen to different perspectives about the issue. And then home in on a position for yourself and for your family and for the rest of your country. Alright, so that's what's going on in Parliament today. They have work to do as well for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Let's see what else is trending in the news. Bus commuters frustrated with delays. They are reporting that there are some issues with the bus service. Commuters using the public transport service say problems with the bus service are not new, but have worsened in recent weeks. All right, so that's an interesting topic there as well. Patients get eased up. Minister of Health says interim measures have been implemented to ease pressure on patient services following delays in the reopening of the 13 or $1.3 billion central block, right? There's another delay in the opening of that central block in Port of Spain. Those and other stories are trending in the news. I'll be back to them right after we pay some bills. Alright, so stay logged on and we'll take some calls and further discuss these issues when we come back. Take care.
And up to now, I can't hear from the insurance company. I need my car fixed.
Look, you better go to the Financial Services Ombudsman. I'm sure they can help.
Yeah, I'm going to check them now.
To resolve a complaint with your insurance company, bank, or non-bank financial institution, contact the Office of the Financial Services Ombudsman at 800-4FSO or visit www.ofso.org.tt. We can help, and our services are free.
Go to FIFA World Cup 2026 with Coca-Cola. Here's how. Buy any Coca-Cola 591 milliliter bottle with football labels. Uncap and submit your code via WhatsApp to 328-2878. It's that easy. Participate as often as you like for your chance to win FIFA World Cup tickets or exclusive merchandise and score with Coca-Cola. Promotion approved by NLCB. Follow us on social media for updates.
Get ready, this is big. Our first annual epic fundraiser cruise. Sail in the sunset aboard the stunning Embassy yacht at King's Wharf, San Fernando. Easter Sunday, 5th April 2026. Boarding 2:30 p.m. sharp. Sunset vibes, sweet music, pure liming on the water. Tickets only $250. All funds for a great cause. Together we change lives. Quick rule, no glass bottle, no big cooler. Casual dress, come as it comfy. Payments can be made by Monday, 30th of March 2026. Tickets still available. Call or WhatsApp 683-8569 or 716-4206 right now. Limited spots, don't sleep. Sail in the sunset, Easter Sunday, Embassy Yacht. Let's go.
TechFlex TT Limited, the #1 computer store in Trinidad and Tobago, has all your tech needs. We have the latest computers, powerful MacBooks, and affordable Chromebooks for school and work, providing new and refurbished options to suit everyone's budget. Also, we carry a variety of printer options and ink solutions for your home and office needs. Need repairs done? Our experienced technicians can solve your tech problems. Visit us now at any of our 2 locations, Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or Penco Street, Montrose, Chagonas. Call 235-4919 for more info. TechFlex TT Limited. Affordable tech. Exceptional service.
Southern Games 2026, coming to Skinner Park, San Fernando, Saturday 21st March. Athletics heats start 9:30 a.m. Sunday 22nd March. Athletics finals plus cycling from 1:30 p.m. Expect fast sprints, powerful finishes, exciting bike races, and attractive door prizes. Perfect family fun. Cheer on our rising local stars. Tickets, adults, $60. Kids under 14, $20. Under 5, free. Buy now at Atherley's by the Park, Awardy Hardware in Marabella from March 6th onward, or at the gate on the day. More info? Call 368-5649 or 77-83274. Southern Games 2026. With God, all things are possible.
Tobago Flow is giving you a big choice to make this March. Choose to save $51 each month for 6 whole months with our Fiber Link Up and Binge plan. Or get a free Samsung smartphone with the Link Up Plus or Link Up More plan. Either way, you come out a winner because installation is completely free on everything. Move fast. This offer ends March 31st. Sign up in store today or visit discoverflow.co for more information. Flow. We keep your rhythm flowing.
Not everything has to change. At KFC, we don't change the flavor, we add more. Now, get our delicious Lent value meals so you can keep on crunching. Get a fish sandwich for $45 or fish fillet with 1 regular side, also $45. We give you more of the taste you love for Lent. So keep on crunching with KFC. Finger licking good.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Alloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. I like the ginger tea, I don't know, because I need ginger tea now. And I think it is very, very important for all of us, given the climate and just for health. That's a real positive one back. I just read the ginger tea ad alone every morning. And there are other things that I do like Lion brand products, right? So, Pelori Mix, craving that authentic taste of the Caribbean, but short on time? With Lion brand Pelori Mix, now it's convenient, easy to use pouch. You can whip up a batch of fluffy golden Pelori in a flash. Just add water, mix and fry. Perfect for impromptu gatherings. Our Pelori Mix brings everyone together for a delicious moment. Share the flavor with friends and family. Because good food and good company go hand in hand. Get your Lion brand Pelori Mix today and make every moment a tasty celebration. Lion brand, the power behind our great taste traditions. As such a powerful line there. Lion brand, the power behind our great taste traditions. And you could, for Trinbagonians who are accustomed to the ad, you could hear the little background music in it as well. I'm fasting and they make me feel to eat Pelori Not really, later. So, Lion brand products as well, right? Excellent Trinbagonian products created here for us that we should share with the world as well. And when the world comes to Trinidad and Tobago, one of the best things that they experience is our food, right? Our food, the culture that is our food, because it is a fusion of so much coming together from all over the world, right? Tremendous land we live in. Back to the news, right? So the Minister of Health is saying interim measures have been put in place to ease the pressure on patient services following delays in the reopening of the $1.3 billion central block at the Port of Spain General Hospital. And we all can't wait for that 540-bed facility to be finished and to be delivered to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. We are pleased that it is in train, that it is not being, shelved or neglected. It has gone through one administration, and now it is in the hands of another. And continuity is very, very important. Trinbagonians are sensible enough that we understand it's not about party when it comes to deliverables to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, right? It is about country and all of us, because red, yellow, green, blue, pink, whatever, all of us could walk into that hospital whenever it's open and, get the necessary treatment that we need. Right now, it have people who need to lie down on a bed and get some drips in that hospital because of this virus that's going on. So we wish our administration the best, and we also want to just pay attention to ensure that they are doing a responsible job in the management of our affairs, in bringing projects like these to completion in a respectable manner of time and with respect to budget as well. What is an essential responsibility of government is to manage through the selection of individuals as well, to manage these projects, to manage the development of our country, and to manage the administration of our resources to the best possible benefit of all of us as citizens. Keep your eyes on the prize, Trinidad and Tobago. Mind your business. Right? Mind your business as in your personal business, but mind your public business as well. So that is taking place, and we having a little bit more patience while they get through the delays. We can read into the story, ensure that the delays are not unwarranted. And of course, if we see now the date change to something in the future, and then they come back again and they change it again, then we will start to raise eyebrows as to, wait now, what really going on? What really going on? All right, so we look forward to that. Also in the news, I think I saw a little bit of a sad story with an 11-year-old girl that has died. They're trying to figure out the cause of death. I don't know why bullying is in the headline. Let me go into it a little bit. Questions over bullying after 11-year-old schoolgirl dies. An investigation has been launched into the death of an 11-year-old schoolgirl amid concerns she may have been a victim of bullying. A student of Caroni Hindu Primary School died yesterday morning after she was taken to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex, Mount Hope, on Wednesday. Police said what appeared to be minor injuries were observed on her body. Relatives told investigators that Ariana had never been harmed by family members but believed she may have been bullied. Post-mortem is going to be done, right? So we don't actually know if it has anything to do with bullying. That is just a report based on what the family has said. The post-mortem would be able to assist as the cause of death, and then we will be able to get to the bottom of our 11-year-old daughter losing her life. You know, that is concerning. We hope to get to the bottom of it as soon as possible. Condolences to all of her loved ones. 400 rounds of blank ammo found at Vestany School. The discovery of several boxes of blank ammunition at the Vestany Secondary School prompted a police response on Wednesday. Police said the blanks were found inside a secure cupboard in an office on the school's premises. The school's principal opened the cupboard and found 8 boxes containing 50 rounds each, totaling 400 rounds of ammunition, police stated. I didn't understand that one. Who bringing blanks to school? On to the next headline. Crosser killed on highway. Dashcam captures moment of impact. Gotta be careful, right? I know there are a lot of people. I saw a woman and her child doing it as well, not using the flyover and risking their life to run across the 3-lane highway. That's risky. That's extremely risky. And we just want to beg pedestrians. It's sometimes substantially longer, but you will eventually reach. When you risk your life by trying to cross, you sometimes you would not reach. So that's a sad situation there, but it is also a lesson for us. All right, Trinbagonians, I understand, but at the same time, as they say on the streets, don't play with your 3 points. You know, don't play with your life. Murder number 67. Real estate agent finds burnt body. So crime continues to raise its ugly head in Trinidad, and more needs to be done. Let's just go into the article. Police are investigating a homicide after the bound and burnt remains of a man were discovered at an agricultural plot in Couva on Tuesday morning. According to investigators, the body was found around 11:20 a.m. at a plot around Exchange Estate, number 1 Connector Road, McBean, when the informant and the companion visited the site with a real estate agent. All right, so that's a grisly discovery. And we know that Trinidad and Tobago is grappling, we have to fight this issue and scourge of crime. But we need to also behave ourselves, right? Trinbagonians, I don't want to make it sound a certain way, but the things that we do, some of us, you know, the things that we want to do to other human beings. And when you take a life unjustly, you forfeit your life as well. And not disclaimer, not justifying, but I'm just saying, Trinbagonians, the schemers, the thieves, as somebody is talking some nonsense about, well, I don't know who he's talking about extorting the extorters, the smart men, the robbers, the bullies, the gunmen, those who doing things that are so manifestly wrong to other human beings. All they need to take it down, because it eventually will cost you your life as well. And we live in a climate where, yes, Trinidad and Tobago is a very forgiving place, but eventually you come upon somebody who not taking your nonsense. Right? I just explained in the context in which sometimes you find people unalived, right? I'm just saying. I'm not justifying it. I wish the processes of law and justice in Trinidad and Tobago would have facilitated greater, so we don't need to take justice into our own hands as human beings, as some human beings in Trinidad and Tobago have resorted to. All they know what I'm talking about, eh? And Trinidad and Tobago know what I'm talking about? Oh God, the scammers who destroying people's lives, the smart men, the bold-faced thieves, all here. All right. And now I reading through the news, and is the next one. I'm not saying it's the circumstances, but body found at lunch pack identified, right? I don't know the circumstances. Condolences to the family. Sometimes it is innocent lives that are being, snuffed out, being killed. Sometimes is not so innocent lives as well, which I ain't justifying. All you hear me clear, because all you like mischief. Okay? Hilux found in Maracas after owner's body discovered at Tyrico Bay. Oh God, as I keep reading the news, it's just going on and on. Oh God. Like my Tyrico Bay, all of those spoil the place now. Don't come with that day now. I ain't telling all of where to do crime, but at the same point, like we don't do crime on the avenue, like we don't do crime on our beaches. I just saying, like we don't do crime at all, but public spaces where people and foreigners and families, they spoil the place now. But yeah, so just reading the news, right? Hilux found in Maracas after owner's body discovered at Tyrico Bay. So I guess, well, I don't need to guess. Let me go into the article. There was a body found at Tyrico Bay some time ago, and an autopsy is expected to be performed today on the body of Hamodat Sukdio, who was found in the bushes at Tyrico Bay on Sunday. Police are yet to determine why the 45-year-old man was murdered. He's a resident of Todds Road, Chaguanas. And basically, I think they're saying that they found now his vehicle. They found his vehicle somewhere as well. Right, condolences to his family as well. Too many condolences, I have to say, this morning earlier. Okay, that's a grisly one as well. The JFK woman who part of her remains were found. A man has been charged with the killing of that woman. And that's a good example, at least in the United States, detection, right? There needs to be greater detection of individuals who commit these crimes, because it helps to really put into the minds of other individuals, you will be caught as well. and that is a serious deterrent. But if there is very little or a low chance of them being caught, then it makes taking certain actions, doing certain things more attractive, right? So that's why I tell the little mischief maker who on my TikTok, I know if he gone to sleep, the other viewers tell him go back and sleep. If you feel somebody extorting somebody, don't come here to talk about it. Go and tell the police. And seriously, go and tell them, because I do not condone that and I don't encourage it. And that is not the modus operandi. That is not the way of behavior for myself or any organization which I am a part of. So try your best with that. Cost of travel card system withheld. Travel card system. While the launch of Trinidad and Tobago's online arrival and departure card system is set to take effect within days, government officials refused to disclose the cost of the initiative yesterday, instead opting to focus on the benefits of the platform. All right, cool. But we want to know how much it costs as well. Nothing is wrong with citizens asking that question, so the relevant ministers, you all please provide the information, right? We want to know cost benefit. We want to know if it costs in millions. Maybe we could go back to writing up the paper and we could take them millions of dollars in something else, in fixing potholes or investing in education or agriculture for now. So when members of the population ask a question, sometimes through the media as well, be forthcoming. Don't make us have to go to Freedom of Information Act and write and go through the process to get information. Be proud of the decisions that you make. Be open. Be open, because we will eventually find out, one, and your omission speaks for itself. But be open because you are responsible to us. And of course, we have seen other ministers as well being a bit apprehensive about sharing some information to the population. And we can understand in terms of national security where at times some information may be sensitive, and giving us that information will compromise the best interests of Trinidad and Tobago. But that is not an excuse, nor it is a blanket to hide what is not responsible maybe governance. So let's get that as correct as possible. Let's take it with a pinch of salt as well, because we have to be careful with some of our news agencies and reporters. Kinda. We know the phenomenon as well. We're not going to attack our media totally, but we do know that media agencies are owned as well. Right? You could take the example of even this station. This station is owned, although I feel no pressure, no fear to say and to express and to discuss topics that other people might be afraid to say and discuss. And that speaks towards the freedom of the press. And it is that freedom that will enable us to get the information that we really do need, and to have the discussions that we really need to have, so we can come to the conclusions that will build a stronger Trinidad and Tobago. And as I mentioned that, there are some questions as well around what our leaders have signed what our Prime Minister has signed in the United States of America. She have the pen and all, right? We are interested as a population as to what our commitment is in this fight, this coalition, what do you call it, Shield of America or something, against narcotics, trafficking, etc. We are very, very interested. And I'm sure in short order, the people of Trinidad and Tobago will be getting some information on that, because we need some information on it. It is our sons and our daughters who are going to be the ones on the front line, maybe with the US, we don't know, or other regional people as well. We need to know the details as much as possible. We also are very interested to see how these steps are going to be taken, because there is public discourse in Trinidad and Tobago about the strikes on boats. And if you get the consensus of the population, it may not be that we are in favor of, they see a boat and they say it's drug traffickers blowing up the boat and killing everybody and destroying all the evidence. We may not be in approval with that. Further than us not being in approval to that, the United Nations and international law might not be in approval to that. So we need those answers as well. Governance is representative. If this is a democracy, government is representative. And you must represent our desires, at least the majority. There is this false notion, and follow me here. Buckle your seatbelt, observe the no smoking signs. We are about to take off, right? Follow me carefully. There is this notion that because sometimes a political entity gets a majority at the polls, that they have a mandate. And on the face of it, that is correct. But that authority that is given by a majority sometimes is a slim majority. Sometimes it's a minority of the electorate because a small percentage of the electorate goes to vote. Sometimes the majority of the people don't even subscribe to the electoral process because they're so fed up with everything. But that's a different topic, right? But you get a mandate from your citizens, a majority, saying they want you to represent them. And based on what you said before, they give that to you. But when you get into office, if you don't do what you said you would do to get their vote, then do you still have a mandate? We have to be very careful. This is not a blank check. It is not a blank check to go far from what we desire as a people. It's not a blank check. And unfortunately in our system there is very few checks and balances. How do we rein in a government, for example, that may be straying from the mandate that we gave them? How do we rein them in? I mean, we don't want the circumstance where somebody decide to take up arms and move them. Right? And we don't want that. No, we don't want that. That is wrong. No, no, no. We democracy, yada, yada, yada. Right? That is not the right way. Right? But governments must stick to their mandate. They must always consult the people as closely as possible. They must be careful to ensure that they have the majority support. And they must seek the majority opinion. If I was a prime minister, I would be listening to all the radio stations this morning to hear what people want, what they're saying. Or I would have people, hey, all they go out in the street and try to understand what people thinking on this issue as well, so that I try to stay in line with what people thinking, but I'm also going to temper it based on what I know and the best interest of Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah? But it is not a blanket check for you to say, well, I have a mandate for 5 years, I am going to do whatever I feel to do, and all you have to live with it. Not so. So communication becomes essential. Even if you take decisions that might be touchy, you need to continuously communicate with the population to explain to them why you take those decisions. Because ultimately, you are answerable to them. Ultimately, it is their will that you are supposed to be doing. And this concept is not one that is just for this administration. I'm not being critical alone of this administration. I'm being critical of democracy as a whole. And the level of democracy that we actually get in democracy. And that is why we have explained the situation of the United States as well, where a vast majority of the population does not want this war on Iran. They know it is illegal. However, their leader, along with his partner Bibi, decide to do what they want to do for whatever reasons. And sometimes those reasons are in conflict with the best interest of the people. The majority of the people. I see some Jamaican flags up. So for example, in Jamaica now, the Cuban doctors who have worked assiduously and served Jamaicans for years are going to be sent home or are being sent home. Now that is not in the best interest of the people of Jamaica. But you have to align with a vicious U.S. administration who trying to squeeze our brothers in Cuba. So you now have to explain, all is sorry, I have to send home these doctors from Cuba because if I don't send them home, I can't tell all you, but I'm trying to tell all you. They will mash them up and mash all you up. That's what our leaders have to say to us right now, you know. If they don't do some things that they don't really want to do, which they're pretending like they want to do, which not really good for us, it have a bad man, real bad, he's the baddest man right now, will do some things to us that we really don't want the consequences. And totally understand that, right? So let us have patience as well with our administrations. Let us become more self-sufficient as a people. Let us become stronger so that we could stand up for ourselves. Let us eat local. Let us produce more food. Let us become diversified. Let us strengthen our economic sectors but we must also strengthen our capacity in ourselves, doing for ourselves. Because if we become more and more dependent on others, more and more they will be able to dictate our lives. If you want to be a man or a woman, don't depend on no man or no woman. Whoever you depend upon, that is your boss. And we're supposed to try to depend on God alone. And if we want to obey God, we have to get up and work and do. Yesterday I sought to try to explain dependency. The program was heated as well. And somebody called us yesterday, didn't get in. You all could try to get in now. I know you're listening attentively and I appreciate the attention. But dependency is a disastrous position to be in. Good morning, caller. Blessings. Welcome.
Good morning, my brother.
And
peace and blessings to everyone.
Peace, peace.
You preach like a hero there, man. If you and I and quite a few other people could understand certain things not right, how come some of our leaders can't see it? Because, okay, look at, for instance, the first set of instruction to the boat and them, right? That you claim that they had drugs and whatever and so on. Now, thank God I have a lawsuit against them, right? Thank God their action being taken against them. But if it is, why wasn't the proper procedure followed? Because there was a banner with Trump picture and Kamala picture in Venezuela stating judge, jury, and executioner, both in Spanish and in English. You understand? And it's a shame to see, I mean, you preach well good there. There must be some level of consultancy amongst a committee. I can't just go and say, well, yes, agree with this, or suck up to this without the leaders, the committee coming to a decision. People have to agree to disagree, fine. I mean, you explain everything so properly just now, but some of us don't really, some of us is here and we don't really understand what we hear,
Yeah.
But it's a shame to see that this, and we can abide by that situation there. I mean, I understood that Naked and Saddam disagree with that move.
You now start. If you feel as only Naked and Saddam, you now start.
Right.
Plenty.
Everybody's supposed to disagree with that. Everybody in the street saying the same thing. You understand?
But remember, we also understand. We understand the difficult position. So when we say one thing, we say yes, we against this war on Iran, and the population has a responsibility. Why have we not come together and made a statement? Why have we not marched? Americans are marching, Pakistanis are marching, Indians are marching, Australians are marching, British people are marching. Why have we been unable as a civil society to organize ourselves, to come together? I think there was a little bit of something. Thank God for the little MSJ and the little civil society groups.
Very come out in these last couple of rounds, you understand?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a massive thing.
Yeah.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame. And it continues to go on.
Yeah.
Which is bad.
Yeah.
You understand? That's bad because, look, yesterday was the anniversary of when McConnell took the organization down to Caroni, right? Because what they had done, they had termed NJAC, the march as a Black Power march to alienate the Indians, right?
Yeah.
But Daga, and when you're down in the same kind of category, he would have understood, he understood that type of technology, and he decided to move the organization down to Caroni. They went down to Caroni, right? And then from Caroni, the people say, well, we have to walk over to Mumbai.
Yeah, right? You're making my paws raise because I know the history too, and that's the truth, and that's the way.
You see, because and the people, what PNM did, the nastiness that PNM accepted, they shut down all the bus services one time from down that region. So people could not get transport to come back into town. And the Indian people down there house the organization.
Yes, house the organization, house the African brothers and sisters.
Exactly.
Yes. Africans and Indians unite.
This is I was telling the brothers about the day and Jack the lead. I mean, he was on the video and on the TV some time ago, but the need to try to bring this thing out to the population, and the population understand the history. You understand? Look at the thing with your dad. A lot of people don't know nothing about that. You understand? Because people don't know the history and shit.
Yeah, but that's how they keep you stupid so they can take advantage of you.
Yes, and that PNM was a nasty organization fighting from since then coming down the line.
The status quo, my brother, the status quo that owns the society economically is a nasty, very dread organization that will do all it can to retain power. Power.
Exactly.
And we need to understand that. That's all. So thank you very much for that history as well, my brother.
Keep it up. You were going very good. I'm really sorry I cut you there, but you were going very good this morning.
Nah, thank you very much, man. You add to the program.
Yeah, you must bring one of the NJAC brothers on the program in the morning.
No problem, my brother.
And then you start to explain certain things. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. Take care. All the best.
Yeah, take care. All the best.
You must send me a number. I want to send something for you. Right?
Sure. No problem.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. And we have been echoing that sentiment on the program as well, right? Africans and Indians unite. Because it is in that unity that you will find the power for the people to rise. To collectively rise. And that is the ambition. There are elements that work against that unity. Racism works against that unity. And there are people who practice convenient, political, selfish racism. They use the race because they don't want to share, because greed. And some of them are actually utilized by the status quo. There are those who worked against Basdio Pandey and other people, freeing people from the plantation, freeing in the sense of ensuring a wider forward trust in education and stuff. There are Indians who work for the status quo to keep other Indians down. All you understand? And then they had to work against those Indians and fight them to free the Indians from backwardness and staying oppressed by the colonial people who had them indentured. Understand how it is. And that exists also in the Afro-Trinbagonian population as well. Let us come together and rise above. Go ahead, caller. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Backer.
Good morning.
Morning. Your caller just now, I want to tell him, he's saying the PNM is so nasty. But I want to let him know, the UNC right now I think they are the most nastiest party we have seen in this country. Because a party who could send home 50,000 plus workers.
It's not 50,000. Make up all your mind. What is the number?
Well, whatever, 40, 50, and it keep climbing because it keep climbing.
No.
They keep sending home people. It was CPEP, URP, forestry, and they went down, they went to HDC. It keep climbing. It's like a virus.
Mom, I understand your concern, but you're getting chained up. You're getting chained up.
I don't understand. No, I don't understand. I have people living around me.
Listen to me when you come off. If you listened to me yesterday too, listen to what I'm saying as well. Yes, there is this unemployment that has taken place. Yes, we are trying to bring things to take up this unemployment. Listen to me.
Yeah, listening. I'm listening.
But it is being weaponized by the status quo to remove a change that is possible, because the status quo, you know what is the status quo? The status quo is those who are accustomed to having power and wealth. Those people who do not care about the poor African, poor Indian, poor anybody. They are weaponizing this issue so that people will fight against a change that is possible with a new administration. Just pay attention, Mom. Please pay attention.
Oh, wait. Let me see if I could understand what you're saying. The people who you're saying they want to think the status quo. So in the meantime, mothers can't send their children to school because the people who have the money trying to chain up the poor people. Guys, were you telling people this morning?
Right.
Look at them. Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
You think Patrick Manning or Dr. Rowley could have sent home all them workers? No.
Yes, Rowley sent home endless workers.
They would have called out the riot squad in Port of Spain.
Rowley sent home endless workers, Mom. Endless workers. Rowley said to us austerity after austerity. Rowley tell us ban belly how much times, Mom? Let me be real.
Patricia Amin say how she's sending them home. And because what? Contractors, imagine, I am working my boss into corruption and I must lose my job because my boss corrupted? No!
I understand. I understand that concern.
Why the poor man have to suffer? Why? And I'm surprised to see how the public sitting down and taking this crap. They're afraid to protest on this UNC government. All you're hearing is promises. Jolene John tell them when they sign a form down Vancouver, 20,000 jobs. A woman come on the TV and say, up to now she fill out a form. They don't call she yet. KFC this be calling every radio station under the PNM. He had the food card, he had the disability grant. I hear him cussing for Handa Mohip the other day because he can't get what he was getting. They end up like the dog and the bone, but I ain't sorry for them. I want them keep singing Yellow is the Code, or you keep singing it, because they have destroyed this country, put so much people on the breadline, and nothing. I tell you, it would have mayhem. The riot squad would have called out. If Dr. Rowley had done that, imagine a month after you get elected. You know what was sad? They even say, well, 3 months. Let me settle in. A month after, they rest the hurt on these people, these workers. And you telling me how who trying to interfere with the status quo? Really? Why people hungry? People children can't go to school?
Thank you very much, Mom.
But they're right.
Thank you very much.
To them, as they say, Negroes for sale.
Thank you very much, Mom. Yeah. I understand what you're thinking, and I hope you could understand what I've been explaining as well. And that gap in between there where people are feeling hurt, I beg this administration to fix that gap for people who actually need these jobs, because there are still people, I have seen some of them have gotten employed. I know, I am on the ground. I have seen people who were formerly employed with CPEP and with URP who are now employed with the new programs. I have seen that. I know that. But there are others, many others, who are still seeking employment. Not just seeking employment who were fired, but even seeking employment who were waiting, looking for employment before. Because we have an unemployment issue in Trinidad and Tobago, because we have an economic issue in Trinidad and Tobago. Let us be clear. Let us as well, I beg the administration now, the gap with these most vulnerable people, let us try to fill that gap. But I am also telling you, mother, these status quo who own the society economically are trying to weaponize that issue to undermine this present government, because there is a change taking place. Workers, as part of this administration, are getting more rights, are getting permanent jobs, not dependency jobs that the PNM has you on a string with. Those changes, they are trying to stop those changes from taking place, because those changes take away from their power. Just think, mother, I understand your perspective. I understand the vulnerable. And I am begging that that gap be filled, and the economics, they're trying their best. Miss John going all over looking for money. Good morning, caller.
Morning, my brother.
Good morning. Welcome.
I really can't believe I hear from that big woman this morning. Honestly.
Speak a little clearer, I'm not hearing you.
No, I say, I'm calling from Tobago.
No problem. Welcome, man. Welcome.
I can't believe I really hear from that woman this morning.
Boy.
I got to tell you something. It makes no sense if 50 of us is being employed by one man, which is the contractor, who joined the millions of dollars and exploiting the other 50 of us. And then a new administration come in order to get the exploitation removed from us. You have to move the contractor. And that is all the government did them. I can't put it more simple than it is. And the people to really think that if that last administration that was in office now, that things would have been better. They have to be crazy.
They're crazy. They're crazy.
They have to be crazy.
They have to be crazy.
And then you want
be better.
all that mess that was made in the last 9 years to be fixed in 1 year? In 1 year? They have to be crazy. One set of square pegs in your hole that we have going on. We had a former National Security Minister, was the worst performing minister in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. And now,
with the records to show.
Yes. The man never performed in none of the offices that he was placed. But you want to come and make a comparison with a government today, with an economy that they mash up.
Yeah.
And you want it to be thinking, and then what you're using as weapon in front, they say no poor people, they say no poor people. What money the poor people was working for?
Yeah.
Were they able to do anything with them money? Then I said do anything. Have a little savings to send to school after secondary school to fit up themselves with a social education. And you die when you want us to go back to?
Yeah, thank you very much, caller.
You need to think about what you're saying.
Yeah. You need to think about it. Thank you very much, caller. Let me just take a couple calls. We about to end the program. Right? Good morning, my brother. We just have a minute, but you know I'll go take your call. Go ahead.
Good morning to you and the listeners. You know, I understand mom's sentiments.
Yeah.
But I just called her. do not have a high expectation of this present government because you will surely be disappointed. There's a number of things where they have already shown that they have no interest of not being deceptive. They cannot call Dr. Rowley a liar for years, and the first chance you get as you get in power, every opportunity you get, you're lying to the population. Right? But I just called to let you know, do not have a high expectation because your disappointment will be sure. I understand that there are some things as it relates to when you make some noise, you might get them to budge and think. That is a lot better than what we had on that Dr. Rowley, where no matter what you say, he is standing firm, but do not have a high expectation of the current leadership.
Yeah.
Continue to do a good work there, and the aim is that the citizenry awakes to be able to deal with what exists. Love in the house.
Thank you very much, man. Love in the house. Yeah, I don't have too high expectations of anybody, but what I do is hold them to account. We have to have a standard that we want as a society, but we also need to understand what is taking place. Don't have unreasonable expectations given the climate, and push the standard that we want. Trinidad and Tobago, push the standard that we want. Right? God willing, next week I will touch into the topic a little bit further with the dependency and the shift from dependency. Yes, mother, we all accept that it is challenging for some people. Some have been re-employed. I know them. Some of them have been re-employed. Some of them playing the fool too. KFC start playing the fool. Right? But there's also a gap that needs to be filled that was there before. And until we change our economic perspective, until we fix our economics, there will continue to be a gap there, which we must address and try to help the most vulnerable, because who feels it knows it. All right, love to everybody. We'll be back next week, God willing. Take care.
This is the voice of Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring